Well, hello everyone, welcome back to another video, and today we have none other than my September bullet journal plan with me video. For this month's theme, I decided to do a little bubbles theme because I think bubbles are very cute and I thought they would do great as a theme in my bullet journal because, as you all know, I quite like making my bullet journal themes very minimalistic, and I think bubbles were perfect for that. I think this theme was also very perfect for this time of year because I am launching my first zine in September, and it's called Bubbly. So I think this is a very perfect theme for that. Yeah, so speaking on the subject, I thought that I'd let you know that I have opened up my shop officially, and I'll leave the links to everything down in the description. And also, I would love to just say a very big fat thank you to all of you for getting us to 100k subscribers, because I never thought that would happen ever in my life, and it did. So it's very, very strange. I'm still quite shook about it, but yeah, I just want to say a very big thank you. And yeah, let's get back into the video. So for today's video, I am using my new brush pens. They are the wait, let me just pick them out of my pencil case. There we go. They are the Koi coloring brush pen from Sakura, and I found these the other day at an art shop and I wanted to try them out, so I got a couple of colors, and for this video I'm using the light sky blue number 237. It's absolutely gorgeous. It's really beautiful color. On screen right now I'm also using my Zero Mildliner just to add little shadings and the borders in my title page. But yeah, I quite like these Koi brush pens. They're very affordable. They're like €2 each, I think, or something. They're quite affordable, and they're really, really good actually. So I do recommend them. They have beautiful colors as well. So yeah, after I finished my little quote page and my title page, I went right into my monthly log, which I again kept the same as I usually do. I'm used to this layout and it gives me a sense of routine, so I like keeping it that way. So I wrote in all the days of the week. Yeah, basically I decided to do that thing again where I snap my fingers and magically the thing appears. I don't know why I still find that so amusing. I don't know. And then before I drew in like the little squares for the monthly goals and my YouTube tracker, I drew in all of the bubbles and stuff so I could work around them, because I think it gives a very finished, pretty look. And yeah, then I used my Zero Mildliner to draw the borders, and I decided to also go into my monthly log boxes and add a little shading to them with my blue, just because I think it was looking a little bit void of color in that area. It was just very monochromatic, so I decided to go in and give it some little shadings, and I think it looks really adorable, just like this, very minimalistic, very simple. And yeah, onto my habit and expense tracker. Again, I've been really bad at keeping my habit tracker up to date. I just keep forgetting to go into it. I am going to make it a personal goal this month to try and actually fill out my habits tracker fully, because as you can see when I'm flipping back into my previous month's habit tracker, I went up to like day 6 and it stopped there. So I am gonna try though for real this month. It's been quite some hectic month, so I mean I just keep forgetting, but getting back into my routine in September, hopefully I will be able to get back on track on this. But yeah, I kept my habits the same just because I still I mean I want to be able to finish these before I add any other ones, to be honest. And then for my expense tracker, I again kept it the same as I always do, just adding the description and category to the top bar instead of keeping them as 2 separate columns. And then using my Tombow dual brush pen in the color gray, I went in and just added little gray lines to every other row, basically. I just don't get tired of doing this because it gives it such a professional look, and it's really easy when you're trying to look for a certain thing in a row, and then you mix up the rows when everything's the same color. This way it's a lot easier to track stuff. I hope that made sense. So for the next page, I didn't put in my work schedule page because there's a slight chance I might quit my part-time job because I'm opening up my shop and I need more free time. So I put that page as a shop planning page, so I can organize my life when I start doing my shop orders for the first time. I'm a bit nervous. I hope everything goes well, but yeah. And then on the other page, I did my second a day page, obviously, and just numbered them so that I could write down all of my second a days for my project. And it's so weird to think we're already in September of 2018. Like, we're 3 months out from 2019, and it's just absolutely ridiculously weird. I find it really mind-boggling. Anyway, so for my first weekly spread, I decided to go with a different sort of but layout. So instead of doing like the middle page days of the week that I've been doing for the past couple of months, I decided to kind of make use of all the space in the page because I'm gonna have like a really busy month, so I need a lot of space for every single day because it's gonna be hectic. Yeah, this is kind of the layout that I'm doing over here. I didn't actually make a note of how many squares width and height, but what I basically did is I first went in with pencil and wrote down the Friday, Saturday, Sunday column like right in the middle of the page, and then did the Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday at the top. And then the last square over there on the right is going to be my goals for the week, because it fits really perfectly that you've got like 8 squares on the page. And then I went in with my fine liner from Faber-Castell. Again, I always leave everything in the description below. And then I just went in with my zebra wild liner to add a little box shade to the back of my boxes, and then add a little sort of guideline to my goals. I think it looks really adorable. I'm quite enjoying this spread that I saw Amanda Rach Lee do in one of her live streams, and I decided to try it out and I quite enjoy it a lot. Another thing I do in my boxes is to add a little shading to the back of the numbers of the week, and I think it looks really adorable and it gives that extra little pizzazz, I guess. And then to separate my events from my tasks, I just draw a little line like kind of at the top of each box, and then I just write sort of my events at the top, and yeah. So then, counting all the weeks that I'm still gonna have to fill in, I left those pages blank and went straight into my notes and planning page. I did almost run out of space in my notes and planning double spread last month. There was a lot of planning involved, so I might have to like give it a third page maybe, but since I do have my shop planning page at the beginning of the month, hopefully I won't need to. But yeah, I always give it myself a double spread now because single spreads are just not enough. I love my lists, and yeah, I added some little bubbles and a border. And there you go, guys. That's pretty much it. I'm just giving you guys a little flip through what I've done for this month so far. And yeah, I think it looked really cute with the minimalistic bubbles and like the little light sky blue. Again, guys, I leave everything in the description below, always, all the materials that I use. And yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. I hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye-bye!